Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you. It is the 17th of December 2019, and I greet you in agape love. Nice to be with you all again. Before we do anything, the very first thing that we establish is that what we're talking about is the Iraqi dinar as it's going through its monetary reform according to the CBI. And what we express is our opinion on what the CBI is saying, our opinion on articles. We do not express our opinion on rumors. And if we find any rumors from other places, we do talk about them a little bit and give our opinion so that everyone can understand where we're at, you know. And if it's not in our studies, but if it's in some other site study, it won't do you any good to call me like you did today. So many people asking me about this other site that when what they're saying. So my answer to everybody was that my site? No. Then call that site and ask them what they're talking about. I'm responsible for what we share with you. Okay? Good. Also, like I said, everything we say tonight is just my opinion. We offer no date and we offer no rate to this study. And the very first thing that I think I want to talk about is pick up where we left off last night. And there were two subjects that were really dwelling in my mind an awful lot, and they both dealt with Iran. We've been saying that Iran is kind of like it's something small right now, but it could also become something big. And there were two issues that really, really, really were bothering me last night, and we talked about it. I'm going to briefly cover it right now, and then we're going to read Firefly's report, and then I'm going to say goodbye. It's not going to be a long call tonight. Iran military militia, like I told you yesterday, is simply guarding the oil field right across the border into Iraq. They did not invade. They did not take over the oil fields. They are, if anything, they surround it like a bunch of, the cowboys and Indians. How the Indians would go around the cowboys and they make the wagons into a circle. That's about it. They surrounded the oil fields that they think is theirs, and they're looking at them from a distance and saying they're mine. No, no. And now with the United States there, oh my goodness, those oil fields belong to America. Yeah, we paid an awful lot for those oil fields. Financially, there's many ways to pay. So Iran, no. And wherever it is that you're hearing that Iran is taking over Iraq again, stop it. They're not surrounding they surrounded the oil fields, but they're not invading them. They're not taking them over. And they're only doing the ones that are right across the border. They're too cowardly to go in deeper and get all the other oil fields. And I told you that the reason why this is happening, why Iran has come across the border with all their tanks and scared the crap out of Iraqi citizens, and also made the media look stupid. Iran invades Iraq. Gurus. Well, this is going to be a problem. What? Iran is taking back over Iraq. The reason I told you that they came across the border is because, in my opinion, Mahdi is just simply too weak. He is simply too weak, and it's causing the thieves in the government of Iran to realize that we are about to lose everything that we have in Iraq. Heck, I think we lost our oil fields. You think? I keep telling you that Daddy's there for the last 2 weeks. This is the third week now. These oil fields belong to us, to the United States of America, to Donald Trump. And to the Iraqi citizens, they get their cut. Iran, no. And another thing about this thing with Iran, I keep telling you, Iran, you you got to keep it small. You got to keep it on the downside. You're firing rockets still into Iraq while we're there? That is a big mistake. And because, says the sleeping giant that you woke up, you got my attention, Iran. Um, also, family, I told you that something small can get smaller, but it can also very quickly become very big. And when you see, as long as it stays small, it's okay. But once it gets big, we have to deal with it. The United States. You think the United States is going to allow Iran to come in and just simply take over the oil fields? No. Then why are those oil fields in Iranian hands? They're not. They're right there at the border, and it seems that they've taken them over. Yeah, and they didn't go any deeper. Um, in my opinion, a lot of people listen. In my opinion, only. Okay. In my opinion, a lot of people in the armed services, in my opinion, a lot of people in the armed services community are pushing President Trump to confront Iran. And in my opinion, if this is the case, then the Iranian regime and the Iranian militia need to be very careful of what they're doing anywhere near Iraq, inside, outside, borders. Be very careful, Iran, what you're doing, because President Trump is watching and measuring every one of your steps, every one of your moves. Iran, yeah, these citizens that you're trying to still kill in Iraq, yeah, with those bottle rockets, yeah. Don't do that again. Why? Why, infidel? We're Iran. We can squash Iraq if we want to. Why, Mr. Trump? The reason why Iran is because these are now our people too. The Iraqi citizens are our people now. Do it again. In my opinion, right now, family, Iranian influence is going away. It's not totally gone. It is going away. And Iranian influence is being now dealt with. I told you yesterday at the very end, tribal leaders in Iraq are now getting involved, and that's good. That's good. These tribal leaders of Iraq, and they don't normally do this. And what I mean is, you see, there are many families that had children, that had cousins, that had aunts and uncles and grandfathers and grandmothers And they all got the same last name. So that becomes a sect. No, not a sect. That becomes a tribe. A tribe. And they live in a certain part, a certain region of Iraq. Well, multiply that by, I don't know, 1,000 or more. So, kind of like here in Ohio, or the United States of America has 50 states. And then one of those states is mine, Ohio. And inside of those 50 states, there is a city called Toledo. And then there's a district. Yeah. And then there's a county. It just, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Lucas County. Where you from? Oh, I'm from Wood County. Oh, shoot, man, you're right across. We're both from Toledo. Yeah, but that's my county, though, man. And that's, pride. Okay, that's cool. Well, this is my county over here, Lucas County in Toledo, Ohio. So these tribal families that got really big and literally became cities or towns or what, villages, they're now sending their representatives. They're sending their representatives to the government, and that's good because you see, this is where we're looking for the leadership of the government of Iraq. They got the prime minister. This whole cause, in my opinion, I said that a long time ago. But what they're looking for now is the leadership of Parliament. And that's a lot of ministers that split or took off. I mean, you could keep it under 100 and still be functional. But you want as much representation as you can in Iraq in order for the citizens to know that, well, gee whiz, they are paying attention to us. So the tribal leaders of Iraq are now considering to get involved to remove Iranian influence out of Iraq. This is really good. The United States of America would appreciate that, in my opinion, anyways, something that could have been kept so small may become very fast and very quick. And I pray that these tribal leaders will help to change the attitude of Iran. Yeah. Now, I'm just talking politically. I was talking military-wise. Unfortunately, can you help me? Take it in the other room. Just tell them it's awesome. Unfortunately, supporters of Iran, they're going to be a pain. They're going to cause trouble. And there's always supporters of evil. And that's sad. Here, looky here. Supporters like Hezbollah, Mark, for supporters like Hezbollah for Iran are now causing the United States of America to respond to Iran. I mean, our Secretary of State just recently said to Iran, don't touch any of our American troops. Don't touch a single Iraqi citizen. And just a few days ago, once again, Secretary of State, actually it was Trump. Trump comes out and he's talking about Iran and, what do you think, military? We got to do something about that. And he says, if they do anything, there will be a decisive response. If they do anything, he says, there will be a decisive response. Oh, you mean something that would be fast and quick? There will be a decisive response, says the United States of America, because we've already gathered enough intel. Thank you, Iranians. I told you, Iranian regime, they were going to... You see, they saw Hong Kong. They saw Iraq right next to them. They see they see everything, dude. And I don't think they want you as their leaders. So even the Secretary of State said to the Iranian citizens, "We hear you crying. We hear you crying out for help. Help us to help you." So, anyways, really, God bless America. Was that other one all set, John?
Yes.
Thank you. Intel has been collected on Iran. Thank you, Iranians. Troops have been moved into Iraq, green zone. Watch where they, in my opinion, watch where American troops are put next inside of Iraq. By the way, you notice that there are American troops, thousands of them, not a single coalition force member. That's our oil. Those are our citizens now. Iran, these are our people. Oh, that's got to piss off Iran. Oh, that's got to make them jealous. They're already angry because they lost everything. Yeah, we've moved armor vehicles and weapons into the green zone. And the air, superiority, supremacy, the air, it's always been ours. Our Pacific Fleet, why do you think I mentioned all of our ships and where they're at? So, yeah, Iran is not the issue. Iran is not the issue. It is the remaining infection of Iran that is still in Iraq, in many places. We've compared them to cockroaches. I mean, can you show me a building that does not have a single cockroach in it, or a single mouse in it? Every dwelling has it, especially right now in the. Every building and home right now, especially in the wintertime, has cockroaches or mice, and it's just a fact of life. And the same thing with Iraq. It will always be infected with Iranian influence in one way or another. I mean, they're getting rid of them out of the GOI, out of the CBI, but they still got businesses there. They still have families there. But you have to notice the sequence of events, the process with the GOI. You already know the process of the CBI. You have to realize that Chalet, the president, one of the presidents, he comes out and he did not nominate Sadani the way some gurus said that, oh, there he is, that's the guy. Unbelievable. Um, Sadani came from a political bloc. And right away, you know that he's not an independent group. So right away, you know that he don't qualify. Mahdi, I told you yesterday, he came out with a whole list of names. Mahdi, why are you giving me these names? This is who we want as the prime minister. Mahdi, you're fumes. You're nothing. You have no authority, no power. Hell, you're going to be leaving pretty soon. Caretaker government is almost done with. Yeah. Anyways, but Saleh, in my opinion, is working with the United States. What he did is he took the name that was given to him by whoever, and I mean, you can get some off the list, but no, there's only one. Yesterday we laughed our heads off and we said that one that's in red. Yeah, that one. Alrighty. And that's what Saleh's job is. He will appoint the new prime minister to form the new government. And all of this within the 15 days from the day that the resignation was ratified, which is Thursday, in my opinion. You know the difference between Frank 26 and the other gurus? They give you their opinion about articles. They'll show you the article. They'll read it word for word. But then we give you the opinion of the people of Iraq. And if you've never worn my shoes, you have no idea what it's like to be Frank 26. And if you've never been in a war environment, you have no idea what it's like for the citizens of Iraq. So between now and this Thursday, a couple days here, Saleh needs to appoint a new prime minister. And then that new prime minister will say, well, that's the end of the caretaker government. Oh, and I take over. Good. And next thing you know, the budget is a hot topic. A very hot topic. And we talked about it a few days ago, but I think we're going to have to talk about it again. Maybe not tonight, though. And then Temple Mount, really? Not now. Then there is the citizens of Iraq. I read you our Firefly's report to you. And I do that so that you can get a feel, a flavor, a taste, an idea, an understanding of the atmosphere that they go through out there. And I think what we saw was a lot of frustration, in the whole week, or actually in the last 2 weeks. Mr. Frank, why? Mr. Frank, why are we putting Iranians back in the GOI? Mr. Frank, why Iranian elite troops and their tanks are coming across the borders, And last night, we dedicated it to our Fireflies to talk to them directly and give them, in our opinion, the truth of what we think is going on. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to read to you Firefly's report. I told you, I'm not going to be with you long tonight. These subjects I brought yesterday, and I'm doing it again with a little more. I just think that they're very, very, very important. I hope you thought they were important too. And I want to read you something from a friend that sent this text. Frank, it still amazes me that those who are involved with this investment have not even picked up on the video that you and Delta talked about and released from last night. You guys release it to the public, and you release it to the public with translation from Delta, from the CBI. Frank, I've looked. I looked all over the internet, chat rooms, other guru sites, to see if they would also speak about it. Because he told the other sites, please take these notes and use them. I just wondered if they were also speak about it to teach others, but not one person. Not one person on these sites. Not one person on these other sites has even mentioned a word about what you're talking about. But they continue to give incorrect information. As you stated, Frank, this shows the amount of cluelessness and uneducated and lack of knowledge that people out there who are involved with this investment. Yeah, and I'm not here cutting up anybody. I'm just simply pointing out that this gentleman has said, Frank, what you're teaching us, it's not on the internet. Yeah, and that's what I asked you. What's the difference between us and the other gurus? Mm. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go and, let me see, what's today? Did I read to you yesterday, Firefly? Monday, Firefly. No, I was going to. I read you just a tiny little bit. Something about they burned down somebody's house, remember? Again, I cracked up. So we read part of it. And now what we're going to do is go back. So yesterday was Monday, Sunday. How about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let's do that. Sunday in the morning, Sunday in the afternoon, Saturday. Here we go. Saturday going into Saturday. No, still Saturday. Sunday. Good morning. Oh, for the love of God. When you update a phone and you're not used to it, every time I touch the border of this text, it shoots it to the very top at the beginning. And all because I updated my phone. I haven't updated it in about 5 years. I knew I shouldn't have updated it. Hang in there with me, family. I got to go back and find it again now. So, what are we looking for? Friday? No. Saturday? No. Saturday? No. Sunday morning. Here we go, Sunday morning. Don't touch anything. Check this out, family. Here we go. You ready for the next 3 days? And watch the evolution. Watch the change. Well, that's evolution. Watch the change in our fireflies. And then last night, I invited them, and they came, right? And I talked to them. So when I get to today's reading, you'll see what they said concerning what we shared with them and what happened to their mindset, which is exactly what I hope happened to your mindset last night. Good morning, Mr. Frank. It's Sunday morning here. We have loudspeakers on. I read some of this yesterday, but just let's read it again. We have some loudspeakers on and billboards, electronic billboards, and in the mosque, they're asking all citizens to take to the streets. Now, notice who's asking them. Well, who controls the mosque? Who controls electronic billboards? Who controls the loudspeakers on those portable trucks? We do. And they're telling us to go into the streets and block all the main roads to protest the nomination of the corrupt Sadani. It's all over Iraq, and it's being announced. You actually didn't have to do that, I told you. His name Marty gave the name. What? Big deal. It's nothing. Did it come from Daddy? No. Then don't worry about it. It's kind of like the Democrats. We're going to impeach the President of the United States. No, you lost, we won. No, we're going to impeach the president right here. The majority, we got the votes. Okay, but you lost, we won. No, we're going to impeach President Trump. We got the votes, and now it's going to be sent to the Senate, and we're going to impeach President Trump. No, you lost, we won. Here's the vote now. What was the results? You lost, we won. Mr. Frank, so you see what's going on there? We're there. Get the people together. Guys, get out there and do this. This whole cause, in my opinion, right? Okay. Can I have a thumbs up, please, pretty please, with sugar on top? How many do we have, Tink?
571.
71?
571.
Oh. Please, pretty please, with sugar on top. Please, pretty please. So they told us to go do that and protest the Sadani. Didn't have to. Mr. Frank, this is still, where are we, Sunday? Mr. Frank, the citizens are nominating the former CBI governor, Dr. Shabibi, as the new prime minister. What do you think? I think that he's probably better off, like I told you, inside the government. Not at the CBI. The CBI is fortified. Holy cow, the CBI is like a chastity belt. He ain't gonna touch it. But the GOI, I think that Dr. Shabibi would be really good there. Why do you think the CBI is so secured, Frank? Where did our troops land? In the green zone? Where did our supercomputers land? In the green zone? What's in the green zone? In the CBI. Next question. Mr. Frank, citizens he means mad. Mr. Frank, citizens mad as hell over the governor's choice of Sadani. And we're burning tires and we're throwing rocks. And we're saying, he is corrupt. We don't, and the government wants this guy? No. No, I don't think so. No, there's just no change by naming him as, there's just no change. Yeah, but if you remember what I told you, Eddie, and the rest of the Fireflies, don't worry about this. Guys, if I felt that this was, when I told you, get inside, remember? That was important. That's why I felt, to tell you. When I told you, go now to the banks and get those 250s, 500s, and 1000s before it's too late. And now you know why, because they're all gone, right? See, when I tell you something and encourage you for something, it's because I know it's going to be good for you. So when I tell you, don't worry about this, it's because you don't need to worry about this. Oh, Frank, but the media, the gurus, everybody's saying, all right, I tell you what, you go ahead and panic, and when you're done, and you know the truth, then come back. The citizens, Mr. Frank, citizens do not like that an Iranian is picking the prime minister for Iraq. We're all in the streets protesting hard. Oh my God, what's wrong with Iraq? Letting Iran pick citizens, rejecting Sudanese. We reject them immediately. That's it. I'm sorry. You guys were pissed, huh? Sunday morning, huh? Yes, we were. I know, right? So I said, look, God willing, the USA will do something about this. Okay? So just hang in there. No, no, he didn't say that. He says, they burned down Sadani's house today. Well, good. Okay. As long as nobody got hurt. Alrighty, so that was Saturday. Is that right? No, what was that? That was Sunday. Here we go with Monday morning. Mr. Frank. What? We the people? What? We the people? Eddie, where did you get that? We the people. Did you hear my conference call last night, my UB2B? Yeah. Did you hear me say that you citizens are we the people, by the people, of the people? Yeah. Well, that's good. Mr. Frank, we the people represented by the protesters have come up with 4 names for the new prime minister because we do not accept the pro-Iranian candidate presented by Mahdi. And you know, Mr. Frank, we reject him. We reject him. However, what, Eddie? What? However, we have been told by the Iranian-backed proxy that the rule of Iraq that they reject all 4 names because that's not the correct procedure, and it's on television, and they're telling us that, and we see those Iranian. Eddie, really? So they're telling you what I'm telling you the next day? Yeah, Mr. Frank. They said that doesn't count. It's not legal. I like that. Mighty, take your. What did Mr. Frank say? Huh? Shove him somewhere and flush him somewhere. Remember? Anyway, so yeah, that's what they're saying. Then Mr. Frank, this is not correct. No, 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 no. And it's on the news, and we. Oh my goodness. Well, this is good, Eddie, because you see, you guys are gonna remember I told you when you're done, worrying about something that you shouldn't, come back and then we'll continue. Probably one more day. However, Mr. Frank, uh, we reject him. However, we're being told by the Iranian-backed proxy that rule of the Iraq that they rejected all 4 names because that's not the correct procedure. And on our television this morning, we see those Iranian forces that you talked about entering Iraq. This morning. Well, first of all, they tell us, hey, those names, yeah, that's what Mr. Frank said. We were called to listen to Mr. Frank, and that's what, okay. Okay, one for Frank. All 4 names. You mean they have a name in red on another piece of paper, Eddie? I don't know. I don't know either. It was just my it was a guess. One more day. No, yeah, one more day. Probably tomorrow they'll tell you. So, oh God bless America. This thing jumps all over the place, family. You just barely touch the surface and boom, it shoots everything all over the place. Hang in there. I gotta now go find, where'd I leave off? This is not right. So this was yesterday, right? So first of all, he says, everybody, okay, the 4, they're telling us on TV, caca, just like you said. Okay, now that's not the particular, and now, Mr. Frank, they have on our television, we see those Iranian forces that you talked about that were entering Iraq, across the border into the oil field area. Now they're taking up positions outside. Outside of the oil fields where they cross the borders. Yeah. Now they're taking those and we see those Iranian forces that you talked about, Mr. Frank, that were coming across the border. They're entering now into Iraq, and they're taking up positions outside the oil fields where they crossed the border into our country. We just give up. We just give up. Iran is doing what they want, and they control us permanently. How can that be? They're still killing us. They're still kidnapping us daily. And that's the Iranian militias. And nobody doing anything. We can't stand a chance. Nothing. And these are the things that you read in the media, right? We can't stand a chance. Nobody's doing nothing. And we can't change the process because they, Iranian, control the top. And it is what it is. We're just going to take a step back. And when we feel that we're getting change and closer to the proxy Iranian control of Iraq. Here, before I change it. So you see how angry they are? This is the one voice, but this is the voice of many. But yet, you learned, this was yesterday, you learned. One for Mr. Frank, right? Those four names are caca. Okay. So who are they going to put in? Who did you guys want? Yo, oh. They did come across the border. They only surrounded the oil fields. Wow. That's two for Mr. Frank. Anyways, these Iranian militias and nobody's doing anything. We can't change the process because the Iran control the top, the elite in the government, and it is what it is. We're just going to take a step back when we feel that we're getting change and closer to the proxy run control of Iran. Proxy run control of Iraq. The Iranian backed crushed our momentum. They crushed our momentum. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I don't blame you, Eddie. I don't blame all you Fireflies. You lost hundreds of your fellow brothers and sisters, and now you think that Iran is back and taking over everything again? I'm surprised you haven't told me they took over the auctions, Mr. Frank. And you're crushed. You say Iran back, they crushed your momentum. Nah. Nah. To which I say to him, I'm sorry. I mean, truly, I am. I'm sorry to hear that. Eddie. My prayers are with you, and I hope that you still. I hope that you still do believe that the United States will intervene. They actually have already. Wow, and this is our contact, Neil. Wow, I just sent him that. Man, I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him today, and I hope that you're right. I hope you're right, and I hope you're right in the help. Thanks. To which I say, I have a full report from Walking Stick on the situation with Iran. Tell Eddie to listen tonight and tomorrow. That was yesterday and tonight. Tell Eddie and all of them to listen tonight and tomorrow on our YouTube. They will be packed with information that his spirit and his soul needs to hear. He says, bless you, brother. That will be much needed by Eddie. He seems so frustrated. I will send this out and I'll tell him. Then they follow up later that evening, close to 10 o'clock in the evening. Mr. Frank, We wake up to American military tanks. What? This is yesterday at 10 something in the evening. Mr. Frank, we wake up today to American military tanks and weapons and trucks and soldiers. They're all pouring into the green zone. In the green zone in central Baghdad. This all happened this morning out of no. It was this morning, and it's now all over the news about the United States talking about rockets attacks on their base. And now, the responsibility being taken, and in the past 2 days, we see massive killings and kidnappings. And today, the USA troops in the green zone with tanks and weapons and trucks and... Whoa. We see these things today. We see these things today. You see, that was actually their early, it was late hour last night, their early morning today. We see these things, Mr. Frank. Oh, also, the budget, they tell us on TV, the budget will be presented in the first of the year. And then studied for 2 months. And then they will pass it in March. My bank guy told us this a month ago. Now it's in the news. Now it's in the news, Mr. Frank. So, and they're telling us that by March, it'll all be done, it will be passed. See why we don't give a date? You don't know when this is going to happen. But we do know that the process is going along smoothly. Smoothly. I like it. I like to win. I am not a loser like Iran. So anyways, yeah, Mr. Frank, that's what they're telling us. I mean, they're pouring in. Another one. In the budget, they're telling us that, yeah, at the beginning of the year, another one. But we're going to also have to talk, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, I don't care if the budget comes out at a program rate. You know why? Because that means they're still working on the budget. Budget is massive. And then it became even bigger when the citizens said, we want this, we want this, we want this. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay. Thank God it wasn't a delay. But the process may extend itself, that's all. Thank you, bye-bye. All right, now, Mr. Frank, and did I show it to you? I don't even know if I showed this part to you. So now, are we going into today, there it goes. So now we're going into today at 7:55 in the morning. Excuse me. You're gonna love today. Good. Let me do it this way. Good morning, Mr. Frank. We loved your call last night. It was finger licking good. You know, like that, what is it? ABC, XYC, KTFC, whatever, that chicken you guys got. All is good. You know something, Eddie? As a Mexican, one of the things that I grew up eating was cabrito. We call it cabrito. You guys call it goat. I love goat. I helped my mother butcher a goat, and we drained it, the blood properly, and then we put it on the grills and turned it over and add a little salt and pepper along the way, and little garlic salt too. And oh man, I look forward to teaching you what I am, Eddie, as I look forward for you to teach me more of who you are. Good morning, Mr. Frank. We loved your last night's call, and it was very positive. Now check this out, Mr. Frank. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Hey, Frank. What? What? Today we see on television those names. What names, Eddie? Those names, Mr. Frank. You don't come on it. Hey, those names, Mr. Frank. Like you said, now they're saying, no. Now they're saying those names from Marty's list all burnt. All burnt. All burnt due to the rejection of the citizens. Yeah. We see all those names and we see that they've been rejected, just like you said. And now they're saying that the names are all burnt. And due to rejection by the citizens. And we will have a new list within 48 hours, Mr. Frank. Yeah, like I told you, it would be today and tomorrow. That's your 48 hours. You'll get it tomorrow, in my opinion. They may wait till Thursday, but I don't think so. So anyways, 48 hours. Okay, where was I? All the names were burnt due to rejection by the citizens, and we will have a new list within 40 hours, just like you said, Mr. Frank, last night. How'd you know that? Mr. Frank, the news is now saying Iraq paid 20 billion of our external debt today. I know. You weren't supposed to give that information out yet, Eddie. Yeah. Okay, so, and your question? What? How we do that? Yeah. 20 billion of our external debt. That's what Trump is about to do. Makes you jealous, doesn't it, Hillary? Your husband bought a bunch of cigars with that windfall. My president is going to pay off the deficit. Because that's the plan. Mr. Frank, I don't understand. 20 billion of our external debt today. They say they paid off, and they're not saying any more about it. No. No, not right now, Eddie. It's not time to tell you until they raise the value. A lot of things don't make sense, Eddie, but they will pretty soon. I promise you, my brother. Golly, all honor and glory to God. Every one of our calls is powerful. Last night's was very powerful. And nobody's talking about the translation from the CBI. So the next time somebody tells you, well, why haven't they raised the rate yet? Well, why haven't you studied properly? Did I show this to you? Whatever. 48 hours, just like you said last night, Mr. Frank. The news is saying that Iraq paid over 20 billion of our external debt today, not saying any more about it. Just that amount. They're going to tell you more, Eddie. we still see the United States of America power in the green zone today. Looks like the United States of America is working with the United Nations on plan to calm and restore peace in the last 2 days. Yeah. I told you, Eddie, if you stop the protesting, that Daddy would do this. The green zone today looks like the USA is working with the United Nations on a plan to calm and restore. Did I show you that one already? So we still see, Mr. Frank, the United States of America power in the green zone. It's going to get bigger, Eddie. In the green zone, the so-called, in my opinion, Eddie. We still see the U.S. America power in the green zone today. It looks like the United States is working with the United Nations on a plan to calm and restore peace. Mr. Frank, it's all within the last 2 days. Kidnapping and more deaths due to Iranian-backed militia. Something small has no... something small will be very fast and quick. They were warned. Back there, and it's all because of the Iranian militia. Mr. Frank, the airport. Mr. Frank, the airport is seeing more than 600 flights, for real? The airport is seeing more than 600 flights in and out daily at the main airport, and it's mostly all international flights. Bingo! And it's all mostly international flights. This is on television, and the television is saying, we are being told that the 2020 budget will make it to Parliament in January, and it will be studied for 2 months and passed in March. My bank guy said this a month ago. Remember, Mr. Frank, that it would be in February or March before the budget was passed? He still says there's no rate until after the budget is open. And then a rider kicks in. I wonder where he got the word rider from. And then a rider kicks in and they give the rate and backdate to the first of the year. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. And by the way, Mr. Frank, we have a new names for the Prime Minister within 48 hours. Golly, we have the names within 48 hours. And that's what you said. We appreciate all that you do. You're welcome, Eddie. Eddie, I told you this actually weeks ago. 48 hours. Mr. Frank, they telling us on TV that they got final steps to the new election law. Yeah, Eddie, because you see this Thursday that what is it, caretaker and those substitute Iranian jerks, they're all gonna be gone. And that's why, in my opinion, the election law was frozen because as much as they would have said, hey, this is my candidate, well, tough frijoles, we can't even vote on them. Why? Daddy stopped the election law. Why? Because you're stupid. Oh, okay. Now that you're not going to be here, stupid. Daddy, can we have the election law? Mr. Frank, they have just told us on television that the final step to the new election law, the final steps of the new election law, what steps? The final steps to the election law has been agreed upon and will be voted on in the next few days. Yeah, well, okay, whatever. Sounds good. But yeah, Eddie, that's exactly the way it had to come out with the election law, in my opinion. Okie dokie. I respond and I say to him, Eddie, excellent report. Dude, no, really, excellent report. Um, excellent report, thank you. I believe that the CBI is going to start making moves here. I'll just show you the beginning and then I'll read it all. I believe that the CBI is going to start making moves now about the monetary reform with the banks and the citizens. Eddie, I also am starting to agree with you and your bank friend that more than likely the budget will be announced in January, but there still may be many requirements, and they might require some time to finish all the demands that you citizens have put into this 2020 budget. I don't see anything negative about having to wait for something that you demanded and is now being given to you by Daddy. But it is a process. And if the budget requires more time in the process to bring forth the new rate in order for the 2020 budget to work, then I have no problems with that. In fact, I simply say, praise God, Eddie. As soon as they give you the name of the Prime Minister, let me know quickly. Oh, and one more thing, Eddie. One more thing, Eddie. I told you so. I know y'all cracking up. I told you so. What I say? Oh, and one more thing, Eddie. Only because you are seeing the things that I told you would see. I told you so. Laughing. Alrighty. So Eddie says, as they say in America. Oh, I didn't. Eddie. Eddie says, as they say in America, you demand. You demand. You're the man, Mr. Frank. Thank you kindly. That's sweet of you. But it's our teams, and it's also all honor and glory to our Heavenly Father. I told him, I said, he said, look. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm going to show you, and then you can crack up if you figure out the joke. And he says, Canada, doggone it, this thing just jumped on me again. This is ridiculous. Hang in there, family. I don't like you, stupid phone. Golly. Oh, here it is. I'm so sorry. Eddie says, you the man, Mr. Frank. And I said to him, smile. Yeah. Yeah, last time I Golly. Hold on. I'm so sorry. In fact, you know what? Let me finish this up and we'll just end our call. I'm killing myself. That's what it boils down to. Turn the heat down, please. I thank you for your remedies and your ideas, but it doesn't matter what I take. I cannot stop talking and helping. Nobody puts their phone number out. I'm the only stupid guy that does this. And there aren't dozens, there aren't hundreds, there's thousands of people. And they have found KTFA. And they have found a friend in me. So they call. I prayed with I can't remember how many I prayed with today. One guy was almost crying. And we prayed. Okay. I need for you to give me that Prime Minister's name. I really feel it'll come out tomorrow so they can introduce it on Thursday. Sending it now, Frank, to Eddie. Thank you. Eddie wants to know, Frank. Eddie wants to know, Frank. How can you be there in the United States of America and tell me and know things before they even happen here inside of Iraq? Officially, Mr. Frank. It's like magic. It's like magic. You started things on your call that we all stayed up late to see. You invited us, and then today we see them. You know what? This will be the end. Well, maybe not. This is the end. Let me read it through without showing it to you, because I already showed it to you. Mr. Frank, Eddie wants to know how you can be there in the United States of America and tell him and know things before they even happen here inside of Iraq officially. Mr. Frank, it's like magic. You stated things on your calls. You invited us that we would, and we stayed up late to see you. And then today we see them. We see them. We see them. The things that you tell us. For example, the names are now removed, burnt, and new names are coming for the Prime Minister. That's just one example we have. We have several. We've been keeping notes. We have several. It's amazing, Mr. Frank. And we want to thank you. We are sharing with our Iraqi friends and our families daily about you. Good. It makes my soul feel good because I know it's not just you, Eddie. I know it's thousands that we're helping. I answer back and I say to him, if I tell you how I do it, then I have to charge you a lot of cookies. I'll have to charge you a lot of cookies. So then I tell him, I said, you know what? Here's another one you missed. Let me give you an example. Most people probably missed it last night, yesterday when I was doing my UB2B. I looked right into the camera on the UB tube, and I said, with great anger, burn that list, Marty. Burn that list. And then this morning, you hear the very same exact words as Daddy tells Marty the same thing. Fascinating, isn't it? Fascinating, isn't it? And they think I'm crazy. Eddie, the future is here. You are soon to receive what you want. I would like for you to I would like for you to try to find more about the budget because like I said, logic is making me swing in your direction, and I will present this to Walking Stick. I'm swinging in your direction with your bank friend that says, but I still believe it, that said that. But Eddie, I still believe that the budget will come out on the first, probably at the program rate. And then when they are done putting it together for the citizens of Iraq, all the demands, then I believe that they will release the new rate and the new small category notes. And Eddie, there's also rumor among my teams that the coins will also be coming out maybe at the start too, at the same time with the notes. Because they recalculated the exchange rate many times. And it's possible. It's possible it is possible that they went beyond 1-to-1. Then you would definitely need fractional banking. God bless you, my friend. The candidate is and the president will be. Okay. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy your UB2B? Here's what we're going to do. Frank has gotten thousands of health suggestions. Yeah. Yeah. Best medicine is prayer. Y'all pray he will be healed. In the name of Jesus Christ, yes, yes. Here's what I want to do. I will be with you tomorrow. We'll do another UB2B because Will wants to do his 20-minute promo for the product that we represent. How are we doing on thumbs up?
917.
9, almost 1,000. That's what I like. If you can give me 1,000, I appreciate it. Anything past that, I'm honored. What was I saying? Yes, tomorrow we'll be with you, and same time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard. But you know what I want to do? I don't want to talk to you. I want you to talk to me. We normally do the questions and answers on Saturday. Well, this coming Friday is my birthday. And I'm going to be busy. My wife and I will be busy because we have to take our father to the orthopedic doctor and see how his broken leg is coming along. So I'm not going to be with you Friday. Team chat, I apologize. I won't be with you. I have to take care of my father. So Saturday might be team chat. So how about if tomorrow, if you're interested, you want to do Q&A tomorrow? Well, I'm going to have to do a long one. Just give me a Q&A. Let's do Q&A. And I normally do it in premium. But what if I do Q&A for you all in here instead? Guys, I appreciate that. Look at that, a dissertation. Rick, thank you, Rick. I was so mad. I got that virus, vitamin C every day, 10,000 milligrams. Take care of my gut, plenty of water, wash my hands, and then. Oh, is that what you're supposed to do? Well, no wonder I got it. But I thank you. I thank you for all your remedies and your ideas, but it don't do much of any good. I'm still going to get sick. What did it say? We had 1,700 yesterday. Oh, yeah, 1,700 thumbs up. I know, isn't that nice? It's about how many people I think we had. So, what do you think? You want to try that? What's that? Kathy says, my prayers for you, Frank. You are a teacher. Very blessed to have found you. Aw, that's nice. I'm a Sagittarius also. How'd you know I was old? Duh. Phi Beta Kappa here. Summa cum laude. I gave you my birthday. Of course you know. You know what my sign really is? What you say it's what, Sagittarius? My sign is actually no U-turn. Okay. Hey, I gotta go. Not really. I got nothing to do except eat. I'm hungry. But can I say just tiny, just this much, and then I go bye bye. Republicans, I watched some long proceedings today where you guys were trying to defend the president against the Democrats. And every time that the Democrats talked, what I heard them say was that there was a obstruction of justice. There was a misdemeanor obstruction. There was, and then that other thing, I even forget what it is now. And they said that, you stopped money going to this country, Ukraine, and you interfered in their government and that's why they want to impeach him. So Republicans, here's what I think. You remember those boom boxes? I'm different. Remember those boom boxes? Those big ones that they would carry. I mean, they had speakers in front, back, sides, everywhere, man. I think that if you had, they put these boom boxes in cars. You know what? They're so big, these boom boxes, and so loud that the vibrations of the boom box would be the perpetual motion to move the car. You wouldn't even need any gasoline. It's just going to move along on its own. But here's what I'm thinking: we should every time that they say nasty stuff. Let me see. Where do I? Let me see. Oh, we don't need to play it, but I do have it in here. We should blast out while they're saying the accusations against Donald Trump. The video. Well, we don't. It won't be a video, but the recording of where, good old, what was it? Nixon was what? Nixon was Tricky Dick, and Biden must be whatever he is. I would love for it where well, I told that that son of a, to get that guy out of it right away, man. And you know what? And if he didn't, we were going to hold up his military. Yeah, you know what? He did it. Yeah, that son of a, yeah, sir. And every time that they're accusing Donald Trump of whatever their two little misdemeanors are, we should put the boombox as loud as can be of their Biden spewing out what they're spewing out against Trump. Been there, done that, Democrats. That's why you're accusing this president of what you guys did to cover it up. But like I told you, it's going to open up a lot. Trump's lawyer, what's his name? Gilligan's Island. What's his name? Giuliani Island. What is it? Oh, whatever. Giuliani. He went to Ukraine, and the Democrats said about a month ago when he went, they said, "What's he doing over there?" None of your damn business. No, what's he doing over there? We need to know now. Why? You guys are so paranoid. You guys are so, only the guilty acts and walks and talks like you do. So when Giuliani, the ghoul, when he comes back, oh my goodness, remember those files I told you about? He's going to add more to those. Yeah, you shouldn't. I told you should never have opened a Pandora box. All you had to do was just use common sense. But yeah, Republicans, get yourself a giant speaker boom box and and constantly repeat Biden's claim to Ukraine that USOBs better do what I tell you. You ain't gonna get no money, honey. Isn't that amazing? Meanwhile, the President of the United States today said the 133rd time that a record is being set at Wall Street, and all because of Trump's economic policies. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? 133rd time record in 3 years. What's 133 divided by 3? I can't think. But Jiminy Crickets. When Trump came in, what was the Dow? 18,000? And what did Kim Clement say? Once it hit 20, look out. And where's it at now? 28,000! Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. That's enough, huh? Oh, we got 1,000 on the dot. Like they say in Chinese, muchos thank yous. I hope you had a good time tonight. I hope you understand the things that we tried to share with you tonight. And as I say goodbye, I tell you what, I like things in threes. Let's end this, because it is awfully early. Let's end this with 3 questions. Hit me with a question. Somebody, anybody. We have how many on? About 1,300. Alrighty. You 13. Good to be with you all. God bless you. Happy holidays. And let's see if I can get somebody to ask a question. Have a great night, brother. No, thank you. And Sister Tank. All righty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eat and get some rest. Yes. Oh, that wasn't a question. I'm sorry. Okay. So, is the rate before the budget? That's what I always believe. But you heard the latest, and you hear what Eddie's bank sources are saying. So I use common sense, not stubborn stupidity. And I will bring this up with a walking stick. I will bring it up, and we will talk about this because I think he's waiting for me to ask the right question. This might be the right question. Oh, hold on. Let me scoot back down here, please. Oh, no. Always enjoy your teachings. Thank you, Jennifer. There is a final exam, Jennifer. It'll be in Hawaii. Come. Hey, by the way, Eddie, there's a member on our forum. Oh, let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, I got it right here, I think. His name is Anthony Gomez. Anthony Gomez says that he'll fly you and your family to Hawaii when we have our reunion. What do you think of that? Anthony, I read everything, every post. Anthony's like, hey. I didn't know what I was talking about now. Anyways, we're still back up here on the top part. We have to wait. Or are we going to have to wait until March? I don't know. But you understand what they're telling them. They told the citizens this, okay? And why would they have to do all that? Why? Because you want to give the citizens what they wanted, right? And you, as an investor, you certainly are not selfish enough to say, I want it now. The hell with the citizens and what they want. No, you're not that selfish at all. How long y'all been waiting? You can't wait a few more. I don't even know. It might happen tomorrow. It may happen by the end of this month. Golly, isn't it amazing? This month's almost over with. Time goes by. Time goes by, even when you're not having fun. Anyways, let's see if we can find another question. Do you have any dinars for sale? James. Yes, James. In fact, they're getting harder to get, so my broker and I are now actually selling circulated. We've never done that before. Never. What happened to the melting ice cream? What happened to it? It's in the freezer. can you do with melted ice cream?
Drink it.
Drink it? The problem with melted ice cream, it turns into lacquer. You don't believe me? Do you know the chemical compositions of ice cream? Do you know the polymers? Almost everything that we touch and look and use, from women's makeup to vitamins that we take, they're all oil-based derivatives. Everything's made from oil, just about. Isn't that crazy? So the ice cream, yeah. Here, take some ice cream, a spoonful of it, vanilla ice cream or something, and put it on your counter. Spread it around, thin it out so it can dry up a little bit. There you go. Now the next day, come with a real sharp razor blade or a knife or something, and just get the edge of it, and it'll peel off, and it'll be a plastic, a polymer, pretty much. And I ate that as ice cream? Yeah. Okay, here's another one from Deborah. Frank, if the budget doesn't go before March, are we still waiting till March? You see, you can't ask those kind of questions. That's a date. You can ask me the process of the budget in that time frame and what I think would be put into it, how many readings it would require, that kind of stuff. Are we frozen?
Not over there, just mine. It's fine now.
Okay, so let's go skip a few. Wow, it's too many. Daryl Jones, that's the gentleman from Fort Worth, Texas, isn't it? He says, thanks for staying. No, that's not a question. How you doing, Daryl? Good to see you, buddy. Let me see. Here's one. Patrick Camfield. Is this maybe having a chance to revalue before the first? That's the way I felt. Oh, sincerely. But when we found out just within the last, within the last week, that they're going to give the citizens what they demand, well, that would be in the budget, yeah. But the demands of the citizens are not in the budget. That's the problem, yeah. Well, shoot, you got to put the demands in the budget and pass the laws and amendments to clarify them, yeah. All right. Can you at least just give us the budget on the first? Can you at least just give us the budget on the first? Yeah, more likely. Okay. And if it doesn't come out at the new rate, if it's a program rate, will you be able to retroactive it? Yeah. All right. Knock yourself out. Take care of the citizens. Take care of them first. In the meantime, I'll find something to do. Alrighty. Whoa, look at that question. Mike Cole. What is Iraq looking like in 3 to 5 years? I've seen that question before. What is Iraq looking like in 3 to 5 years? Like Dubai? Like United Arab Emirates? Let me show you something. And don't tell nobody I showed you this, okay? This is actually our original Delta. Rich Walker, how you doing, buddy? Rich Walker's code name was, oh my, what was his name, Jeff? Iceman, thank you, Iceman. And then Iceman had to come home. And he was replaced by Delta. Where is it? No, I had a whole article on it, but I want to read you something, okay? Check this out. This is not from a guru. It's not from some website. This is actually from Financial Sheets. Where? Don't worry about it. It is true. Iraq will depeg from the dollar and peg to a basket of currencies like Kuwait, and then become on the calendar of April through March, meaning no rate until, and it tells you when. It tells you when. So this is empirical data. This is real. This is not horse manure. So we're going to take this information and we're going to watch them in the next 2 weeks, exactly what it is they release. And we don't think it'll be the rate now. We think that it will be the budget, and it is being, fortified with all the demands. And that process, what I have, it makes sense. So that's why I'm going to bring this up with the walking stick, and we'll talk about it logically, and then I will present it to you, not tomorrow, more than likely Saturday in premium. And then next Monday I'll talk about it with everyone else. Because this is a new file. We read the last two files. This is serious. It's holy cow, you guys have put a lot of questions up. Because this is serious. It's not serious. Oh no, the end of the world. This is serious. Dang. Oh, finally. This is, all right. I can live with this. So we'll study it. I don't know if the other girls even know what the hell I'm talking about, but I wish them well. Oh, look at this person. Raf Nest. I am new to this chat. I will go to get a subscription. Frank makes more sense than all others that claim to know it all. They believe in an 800. They believe in an 800 number that looks suspicious. Oh, God bless you. We took that rumor. We did a Hulk Hogan. I mean, bam! Oh, we jumped. Boom! Hit that sucker, man. His eyes popped out. Oh, we took care of that. Now, I will admit, though, there is an 800 number that I love. Makes me a little misty-eyed when I think about that 800 number. And if there's any 800 number that has any value, any purpose, any je ne sais quoi that belongs to me, well, that would be 808. That's the area code of Hawaii. Okay, was that too quiet? One more, okay. Walter the priest says, Frank always makes sense if you can keep up with him. Hey, Frank, here's Jeffrey Allen. Frank, what? Frank, what? I am Jeffrey. I am Frank. Okay. I am, what is that? The Galaxy. I am York. I'm Groot. I'm Groot. I am Jeffrey. I would like to meet you, sir. I'm from Wahiwa. Wahiwa. Would that be possible? Yeah, bro. Is it a man, Jeffrey? Oh, yeah, bro. I mean, I think I met half the island already. Yeah, we'd be there 6 months. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. And yeah, I'd like to meet anyone. I sit down, we break bread, we talk story. Sounds good. Wahiwa, huh? That's farm, no? Yeah. Waipahu is, where's Wahiwa?
I think it's out the same way.
Yeah. You go up H2 and there's, if you go too far west, you end up in Eva, but you go up to Wahiwa and Waipahu and keep on going all the way up to my favorite place, Haleiwa. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Hello, Frank. So, in your opinion, we are done for another year. Oh, here we go. You see, why put a time frame on me? We are done for another year. This has happened before in the past couple of years. They get so close and nothing. Every time you reach a point, it gets pushed back. El Ninca. El Ninca. Really? You would complain about something that is it is so obvious what they're doing. Why in the world would they be calculating and putting in the demands of the citizens into a budget that already is 100 trillion dinars, that no program rate can fulfill, that no one-to-one rate can fulfill? In fact, I've already said in my opinion that no reinstatement rate can fulfill. 20% should be added to it. And I already told you that it would be somewhere in the fourth. I already told you a lot of things. So for you to put on that hat, I would tell you to take it off. You should be rejoicing. Your questions should be frank based on the things that you've told me. My gosh, in the near proximal future, we have a very good chance of this thing happening. See the difference? It actually produces different type of blood chemistry in your body. Try it. Anyways, Deborah Friedman. I already did 3 tonight, last one. You're in rare form tonight. For a reason. You're in rare form tonight. Funny guy. I'm always a jerk. Thanks for being there for us, even though you're sick. I'm not. You are a faithful servant of God, and Tink is too. My wife is a good wife. She's a good human being. She's a wonderful nanny. She's a great sister-in-law. And she's everything that a father-in-law would have ever wanted. Yeah. I don't need to come back and give it a second try in this life. My wife has fulfilled every dream I could ever want in this life. Are you serious? Oh, really? That's ridiculous. Alrighty, I think we're done. That's funny, Sally. I went into this investment with black hair. Now it's covered in L'Oreal. L'Oreal. That's that dye. Isn't that what that is?
L'Oreal.
I use hair color too. My hair color is actually pink. Yeah. Hey. It's a defective chromosome. Okay. No making fun of me. Yeah, my hair is naturally pink, so I have to dye it gray and black. You know, it's funny. I am a Mexican. And Mexicans are actually Indians that came from way over Mesonesian, Indonesian, Polynesian waters. You know, they made the American Eskimo Indians, the Apache, Szechuan, all the American Indians, and then the Aztec, Incas, and Mayas, all the way down to the very bottom of Chile. So all of these Indians, which I am, that's why I go back to where I came from, Hawaii. And that's why we look alike. I look like a Hawaiian. They look like a Mexican. But anyways, when we found ourselves in the Americas, the Spaniards came over. And they brought Jesus Christ in a very barbaric manner and scared the crap out of us with the cross. But they mixed their blood, Spanish blood, with Indian blood. And it's called mestizo. And that's what I am. I'm a mestizo. And it happens to be that I'm a light mestizo. Green eyes, light complected. And that's because I have more Spanish blood in me than, for example, my sister. Many of you have seen. She has Indian blood in her. My father is as Indian as you can get, and my mother is as Spanish as you can get. But we're Mexicans, mestizos. And one of the things about my hair, my hair was multicolor. My eyes are green, but they're multi-green color. And then I used to have hair that was black, right? brown, red. Red. Yeah, Spaniards have a lot of red hair. So if the sun hit my hair just right, it would actually reflect off like a metallic color to it. I told you I'm weird. I don't mean to be talking. I'm just having fun with you guys. And Frankie, I think I couch your cold. Oh, I caught your cold by watching too many of your UB tubies. That's funny. Here, let me spread it all over you. No, no. Oh, here I go. Oh, hey, this is the good way to say goodbye. Check this out. Somebody sent us this. Oh my God. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of beans. Wow. This is a 13 bean mix. Wow. And in case I want more, there's another 13 mixed beans. I think there's 44 of them in here. A lot of people say, what do you say? 44 in here. The beans, get it? Anyways. So they sent this, and then they also sent this box. Is this it, Jen? Can you tell me who did it?
Right down there.
It's right here.
The bottom is their name.
You put your username, GG1963. GG1963. Thank you. Oh, nuts. Look at that one, honey.
This is in their cookie pops. The perfect.
This is in here?
Yeah.
Cookies are in here?
No, cookie pops. So they're little circles. Dark chocolate.
But they're
Chocolate
cookies.
pretzels. No, they're nuts.
We need to find out if they're cookies.
They're not. Almonds, Jordan almonds, like you and your mom, or your mom and I like. Honey glazed peanuts. S'mores,
We need to open this.
Saltwater taffy, dark chocolate peanuts. You want to open it? Okay.
Can we? It's okay. Even though we're gonna be gone, it'll stick here. We'll we'll try to eat it all. Yeah. So that, and then they sent this over here. What is this, babe? Like
Almond bath.
almond bath products.
Can't eat it.
I mean, sometimes you feel like a nut. Oh, nuts. And sometimes you don't. But that's amazing. Almond soap and stuff. And then this. The Pierre Resistance. Oh. For real? Look at those cookies. Baby, you keep that box. Oh, wait a minute.
Put this up in the back.
Yo, oh, nuts. Oh, wow.
That's good.
Excuse me. Oh, my.
Here, hold it and I'll do this.
Wow, baby, look at that. Boy, I hope I don't start coughing again here.
Those are hazelnuts.
Hey, so nuts. Wow, this is really nice. But this one, baby. Oh, gosh. Look. Look at, this thing is full of cookies.
It's heavy.
Look, I know. This thing is, oh, I broke one. This has got cookies, babe. This is something that I should take care of. Wow. I think maybe it is a good time now to say goodbye. I'm going to start coughing. Y'all take care of each other, okay? I hope you had fun. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Oh, if I can make it. Danny says, Frank, you're going to need insulin. I know. God bless everybody. Y'all take care. How many did we have, baby? The thumbs up. I'm just curious.
It says 1K, but it's over that because people were still doing it.
All righty. God bless you. Take care. See you tomorrow at 7, okay? Bye-bye.